What's good, everybody on YouTube? This is your boy Akil McLeod, and I'm a full-time eBay and Poshmark seller. And in today's video, I want to drop part 2 of what sold on eBay in the month of October. Now, if you didn't catch part 1, I'll drop that in the cards and in the description below. But in that part, I shared 20 items that sold for me, and in part 2, I want to share 25 items that sold, only because I sold about 150 items this month, and I just wanted to share a wider variety and just share some more items that's selling for me this month of October. So if you guys enjoy this concept, definitely smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for more videos. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright y'all, so starting things off is this pair of brand new Praana Pants that sold within about 2 weeks for me, and I picked these up for about $6 and they sold for $50. And my favorite thing about this sale was the fact that the person just bought it flat out. They didn't send me any offers or any back and forth, and that's my favorite thing about making those type of sales, because as you guys know, I accept best offers and I usually just go with the first one that comes, because I always just try to sell things fast, and this was just an overall good sale for me. Next was this Moose Racing motorcycle jacket, and I definitely never sold this brand before. This was the first time I even saw this type of jacket, but it was in amazing condition. It was practically brand new, and I figured it was worth some money, because just by touching the quality, I can see that it was, it was definitely worth something. So I put it up for $69, and it lasted for about 2 weeks, and I got an offer of $55, and I took that and shipped it out the same day, and this was just a very good sale as well. Next is this Poland Shark yachting sweater, and I had this sweater for way too long. I think I had this for over 6 months. It took a very long time to sell, and this is uncommon for me, because anytime I pick stuff up, I usually sell it very fast. But like I said, Poland Shark, it's not a brand that really sells well for me. And now that I'm looking at it, the pictures were probably too dark, and the buyer just probably didn't really know what the condition would have been. But the condition was great. There was no flaws with this one, so next time if I pick any Poland Shark up, I'll probably just take better pictures. This one actually sold for $26, and I made a little money on shipping because it shipped first class. But like I said, Poland Shark is a good brand, but I probably just needed better pictures. Next, my favorite brand to sell, these are a pair of Hoka 1-1 sneakers, and I had these for about 2, maybe 3 weeks, and I took a best offer of $40 for these. And like I said, they sold fast. They always sell well for me. And like I said, Hoka 1-1 is just one of my favorite brands to sell. Now this was a very interesting sale for me. I was actually gonna put these up for buy it now at $35, and something told me just put it on auction. So I took some pictures and I just decided to use some of my auction listings, because I realized I hardly ever use any of my auction listings, and at the end of the month I always have about 240 left. So I want to just start utilizing more of my auction listings, and this sold for $62. I was very surprised. I practically doubled what I was expecting to make on this. So like I said, if you guys want to start making more money on eBay, don't be afraid to use the auction, because the auctions, it just works. As long as the buyer pays right away, it's a great way to just make some extra money. So just make sure before you put things on auction, you want to make sure that you're starting it at something that you'd be comfortable with receiving. And I only wanted $35 for this, so that's where I started. That's where I started my auction, and I ended up with $62 and $8 for shipping. Next are these pair of what is this? The 14s. Yeah, these are a pair of 14s. These are the black toes, and I actually showed a video where I cleaned these up and how I basically transformed them. So if you guys didn't see that one, I'm gonna drop that in the cards just so you can see, just so you can check that one out. But this sold maybe, I want to say, a week and a half, 2 weeks after I listed it. These were in great condition. They had some minor flaws. Let me see if I can show some more of the pictures. Yeah, so as you guys can see, they had some very minor flaws, like this scuff that I just couldn't get rid of, and this scratch that would, just normal wear and tear, stuff like that. But it was still in very good condition, and the fact that it sold for $109 plus the $18 shipping was great. But the fact that it's a size 15 is what really demanded that high price. So if you guys see any Jordans in huge sizes, I would suggest picking it up depending on the style and the overall condition. Next is this Canali dress shirt, and I don't sell a ton of Canali dress shirts. They usually didn't sell too well for me, so I kind of stopped selling them. But this one was in amazing condition. It was a very good size. Size 17 is a good size to be selling when it comes to dress shirts. And like I said, it was in amazing condition. And even though it's a linen shirt, I still figured somebody maybe in California or maybe, you know, just a warmer state would still want to pick this up, and it sold for full price. This sweater, this was a very interesting sale. So as you guys can see, it says 2 sold, but I only had 1 of these. And I actually just had to relist it and just add more quantity, because the first time somebody bought it, they didn't pay. So I had to relist it, and it ended up selling for full price after I relisted it. So that was a good deal. I'm actually glad the first person didn't pay for it, because like I said, I made more money the second time around. So oh, also when it comes to when you see these 2 sold, I list all of my items for until, what is it, list until cancel, or until canceled, or whatever you want to call it. And when it's like that, I do it that way because if a buyer doesn't pay for the item, instead of having to waste the entire listing, I would just increase the quantity of the previous listing. That's why you guys see 2 sold, even though I really only sold 1. And this was another very interesting sale. That's why I included this one. This one's, I actually picked this up on Craigslist for free. Now, my area is a lot of wealthy people, so they give away a ton of free shit, which is kind of ridiculous. That's why my thrift store finds are always so epic. But this one was another great free pickup, and it had writing on it. I think that they wrote their name on it, and I was able to get rid of the marker just using some rubbing alcohol. And like I said, I picked this up for free. It sold for 40 bucks, and shipping cost me, I think, $9. So this was probably one of my favorite finds and best sales of the month. Next is another pair of Hoka 11s, and like I tell you guys all the time, I sell these shoes frequently. This was probably the 14th pair that I sold for this month, and these were in amazing shape. I priced them on the higher side, and they ended up selling, hold on, let me check my sales. These sold for $52. So I took a best offer on this, but like I said, I just like to get rid of things as fast as possible, and asking for 60 and getting the best offer of 52 is not a bad deal, so I'll take that all day long. Next is this Roar blazer, and I never picked up Roar before, but I watch a lot of other resellers, and somebody put me onto this brand. I don't remember if it was Rally Roots or Resale, I don't remember their name, but it probably was Rally Roots because I watch a lot of their videos. But this blazer sold for full price. I was definitely very surprised that it sold when it did. But I mean, in my opinion, it's kind of ugly, but other people, they like it. So I mean, if you like it, I love it. So this Vince sweater was kind of in rough shape, and I had to do a lot of saving for this now. Basically, I have a sweater shaver that I use to kind of revitalize sweaters, and I just needed to get a lot of lint off. But other than that, it was in really good shape. I threw it in the wash, and it came out looking extra fresh. And Vince sweaters, the Vince brand, it just always sells well on eBay, and that's why I ended up picking it up, even though I had to do some work to try to get rid of some of that lint. And let me see how much this one sold for, because I know it didn't sell for full. Yeah, this one sold for 70 bucks. I know it didn't sell for full price, but like I said, $70 on a $6 sweater, I'll do that all day long. Next was this North Face jacket, and this one also sold for full price. And I usually don't sell things with stains. I try to stay away from it. I try to, you know, wash it out if I can. But this jacket had it almost looked like a grease stain right here, but it wasn't that bad. So the person clearly didn't really give a shit about the stain, and they purchased it for full price, shipped it out the same day, and it was just an all-around good sale. Next are these pair of Echo shoes, and I sell a lot of Echo shoes. It really depends on the condition and the style if I'll pick it up. And these were practically brand new. Whoever bought these probably wore it once, maybe twice. You could see one little crease on the shoe. One little crease right there, which isn't much. So these sold for me. Let me see how much I sold these for really quick, because I don't think these sold for full price. Yeah, so these sold for $35, but that was a good deal as well. I didn't give too much of a discount, so I'll take $35 all day. Another pair of Hoka 11s. I tell you guys all the time, if you can find them, pick them up. These sold for full price. and this was another great sale. These were in amazing shape as well. Just some minor scuffing on there. Let me try to show the close up. You know, just a minor scuffing, but the most important part of selling Hoka 1-1s is the bottom. You want to make sure you take a picture of the bottom, because these are running shoes, and people that wear these, they really don't care about the top, they really care about the threading on the bottom. So always take a picture of the bottom, just so you can let the buyer know how good the condition really is. And like I said, these sold for full price, and I think I paid $6 for these. Next are a pair of cool shorts, and the only reason why I'm sharing this sale is because I know other parts of the country it's cold right now, but shorts are still selling for me. These sold for full price. I actually wasn't even accepting offers on this. Anytime I'm offering free shipping, that's usually when I'm not providing any best offer. I'm not taking any best offers, and these sold for $29.99, and it took about maybe a week to sell. Next is this Suicide Squad jacket that sold short. I think this sold on October 17th or the 18th, and it sold for 40 bucks. I definitely picked this up because I know somebody would have wanted this as a Halloween costume, so I made sure I priced it very competitively. And this was definitely brand new without tags. You could see the wrinkles that had like the folds and stuff. I hardly ever say brand new without tags, but this was definitely one of those pieces. And it sold very quick. I think it sold the next day, and whoever purchased this was able to wear this on Halloween. Next is this pair of, what is this? Epson 220 ink. So I used to sell a lot of ink. I don't sell a lot of ink anymore because I don't, not that it doesn't sell well, but a lot of the inks that I find nowadays, it's expired, and expired ink still sells, but it takes a little longer to sell. And this one in particular was not expired yet, so I made sure I picked it up, and I think I paid $3 for this, and it sold for $21.99, and this sold in one day. So anytime I can get ink like this, I always make sure I pick it up, especially if I can get it for a good price, because it always sells fast if it's not expired. Another pair of Echo shoes we have here. These are some Echo Receptor boots, and let's see how much these sold for, because these definitely didn't sell for full price either, but these were in amazing shape. These sold for $48. I charged a lot for shipping because they were a size 12, so I definitely couldn't just throw this in a medium flat rate box, so I charged a little more for shipping. This person, I believe they were in California, so I made a little money on shipping, which was good for me, and that's why I was able to accept a lower offer for $48. And Echo boots, they sell well. You know, these are Goretex boots, so people always look out for Goretex and those type of qualities when they're looking for boots. So definitely make sure that you throw Goretex in the description if it actually is a Goretex boot. Next are these pair of camper boots, and these were dope. Very clean. They was probably worn one time. They sold for, let's check it out, let's see how much they sold for, because I believe they sold for full price. Yeah, so these sold for 60 bucks. They actually shipped first class because they were way lighter than I thought, so I definitely made some money off of the shipping. And this was just an all-around good sale. It took about 2 days for these to sell, so I'm always happy when things sell very fast, especially when it's such high margins like this. Next is this Supreme jersey that I picked up. Now, I had this jersey for at least 3 to 4 months, maybe a little longer. I picked this up online, and I bought it for, this sold retail for $148, and I only made, let's see, I think this sold for $160, right? So I basically didn't make shit, but this was just something I needed to do for myself. I wanted to see if I can get into the, you know, just the more of the hype stuff. So I picked this up for $140. At first I had it up for $250. I was trying to make some money. I didn't get any hits on it. I had a few watches, but no real offers, and it ended up selling for that price. Now I'm showing you guys StockX because this is something that I use anytime that I'm selling anything that's hype, anything that's like streetwear and brand new releases. This kind of tells you what the market is looking like. And the lowest ask right now was $137. the highest bid was $97. So that means everybody that bought this jersey is practically losing money at this moment, because like I said, it was selling retail for $148 plus tax. And I bought a few items that day, so it kind of, the shipping, I'm not even going to include the cost of shipping on that. But like I said, stay away from the hype shit, because chances are you might break even if you're lucky. That's my only lesson for today. Next is this Babbitt jacket. I picked this up for I think $6. It was half off in one of the thrift stores that I go to, not the usual Goodwill, but Babbitt, San Francisco. I believe it's vintage, but this one sold for $59. I know it was $30 off my asking price, but when I put the $89 up there, I was kind of just shooting for the moon because it was so clean and it was a nice bright color. But as soon as I saw the $59, I just couldn't take it. I couldn't say no, so I just accepted the $59 and shipped it out. Next is this Salka dress shirt. Salka is an amazing brand. I actually had a blazer that sold for me one time. It was cashmere and it sold for $250, and that was maybe 5 or 6 months ago. So anytime I see Salka anything, I always pick it up. And this sold full price, $40. I don't even think I was accepting offers on this shirt. Next is this Eileen Fisher top, and I was kind of just experimenting with these photos because this shirt was very flowy. As you guys know, Eileen Fisher is a very flowy brand. All of their clothes are kind of oversized and they're just, you know, easy breezy type shit. And this sold for full asking price. Like I told you guys, anytime I'm offering free shipping, I'm usually not accepting offers. And this sold within, I think, 3 hours. And it just kind of let me know that you don't necessarily need a white background for eBay photos. I hung this up on a door and just took the pictures really quick, and it sold super fast. So if you, just in case you guys were wondering about taking pictures with white backgrounds and stuff like that, don't worry about it. Just price your stuff competitively, make sure it's clean, and you should have no problem selling it fast. And last but not least is this Alpine Stars leather motorcycle pants. Now, I picked this up for $3. If you guys didn't see that thrift haul video, I'll definitely share that in the cards as well for you guys. But these pants were so dope, and I was so surprised that I picked them up for only $3. But that's a whole other story. So like I said, these pants sold for full asking price. I had a bunch of watches, I had a bunch of offers. I had an offer for $150 and I turned that down because these pants was too dope, and I said I need more than that. This was probably the first time in a very long time that I was being greedy, and it actually worked out in my favor. They sold for full asking price, and I charged $18 for shipping, and I was able to squeeze it in a large flat rate box for $16. And I didn't use a regular flat rate box. I used the long large flat rate box that they usually sell, that they usually provide for board games. So if I don't know if that'll help any of you guys, but just know that there are 2 different types of large flat rate boxes, and I was able to squeeze these pants in the larger flat rate box. Like I said, it sold for full price, paid $3, and this was easily the sale of the day. Alright y'all, that's all I have for today's video. So if you enjoyed that one, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel for more videos. And also drop a comment so we can keep the conversation going and just help more eBay sellers be successful on the platform. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.